Welcome to another DragonLance Saga review episode. It is Misham Floor Green the 23rd. My name is Adam, and today I'm going to give you my review of Steel and Stone by Ellen Porath. Porath? Porath. I don't know. I'd like to take a moment and thank the DL Saga members of this YouTube channel and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below. You can also check out, you can pick up DragonLance Game materials using my affiliate link. All that goes to help the channel a little bit, wets my beak just a bit, and I appreciate it. All right, so this is my perspective of this novel. If yours differs, that's okay and encouraged. I mean, don't go out of your way or anything. But if it's different, then it's different. That's life, right? Share your thoughts in YouTube chat, or if you're watching this after the fact, put them in the comments. I will always reply to a comment at least once. Probably only once, so don't expect a conversation. All right, so the way these go is I have a pre-written review. I break up the novel, usually by thirds, and then I just read 100 plus pages, write my thoughts, and then do it all over again until the book is gone. And that's kind of it. That's how I roll. So my thoughts may change the course of the review. That's happened dramatically in the past. I don't think it does much in this one. But afterward, whatever you put in the chat, I will comment on. We'll sort of have a back and forth. We'll talk a little Dragonlance. We'll talk the novel, the characters, whatever. Whatever you want. And we'll have a little bit of fun in the process. All right, so let's dive in. Sorry, I got to wear the glasses. My eyes are failing me. Damn you eyes. All right, the novel begins with Kitiara as captain of the Valdane of Krynn. Assault, which what that is the dude. She's a captain of a mercenary army that's run by Valdane of Krynn. Assaulting the Miri Keep. Who are the Miri? I don't know, some Krynn people, folk, good people, I guess, or maybe not, where his daughter Drina 10 Valdane married the Lord's son. Now the son was killed, and Valdane is now assaulting the keep, as his daughter won't give the keep or land to him, which was the whole point of him marrying off her to them. He hired mercenaries to assault the keep, including Kitiara, but he won't allow his generals to start the siege until his daughter is out. Kitiara sees the daughter magically appear through the mist at the base of the keep, tells the Valdane, and he has his mage, Januz, begin his spell as the generals begin their attack. Januz uses a mage fire spell, murdering many of the keep and leveling it entirely, and the generals assault the keep, but the citizens attack the mercenary army in greater numbers. Kitiara sees Januz go into his tent and grab something out of a pack before casting the spell, and she decides to flee the massacre and steals 9 stones from the mage before leaving. This sets up the story, where Valdane wants Kitiara brought back to him in order to kill her, and Januz wants the gems back from her. He enhanced an Etten in order to find Kitiara, and they all set off. Kitiara was leaving, and a soldier named Kavin Makid and his squire Wode went with her. I would make note that she had a sexual affair with Kavin Makid, but she's had an affair with every man she has ever fought next to. So I think we should specify that she hasn't had an affair with Wode, which is the abnormal situation here. So they spend a month traveling together. Then Kit leaves them after winning money from Kavin, and then he steals it back, so she steals it from him again. And then he tracks her for a while, trying to find it to steal it back. There's yet another person tracking Kit, a wizard named Kai Lid Entanaka, with a giant owl named Xanther, whom I believe is either Valdane's daughter, believed to actually be killed in the assault, or some friend of hers. It's not clear yet. I know now that I was right. As you can see, many people want Kitiara for one reason or another, and this is only the first third of the novel. Enter Tanis. He returns from Quel'Anos to Solace. Well, he's returning from Quel'Anos toward Solace. They never actually get there. And comes across Kit fighting hobgoblins. He aids her and ends with them sleeping together, as all great fights should. This is the encounter that is given to us by every previous short story. It was in DL5, Dragons of Mystery, and it was in Leaves from the Inn of Last Home, about the meeting of Tanis and Kitiara. They decide to travel together and head north toward Haven, running across a town whose residents have gone missing one at a time. There is a will-o'-the-wisp in the swamp, luring the townsfolk to their deaths, and Kit and Tanis head that way. And this is where I think Kit meant to help, though she claimed that she didn't want to help the villagers. But she did go down the path she was told not to go down, so I think she really does have, at least at this point in her life, a soft spot for the downtrodden. And Tanis definitely wants to help them. They defeat the creature eventually and head to Haven, where they meet a great dwarf trader named Sonus Ironmill. They haggle for clothing for Tanis and a dagger for Kit. They also meet a Kender gal named Drizzleneff Gatehop, who initially steals Kit's dagger, then her money purse when she gets her dagger back from her. They run into a Cavan in an inn who demands his money from Kit, and then they all try to figure out how to make money together when Kit realizes she's broke. Tanis leaves as Kit and Cavan are getting drunk as hell, and Woke tries to hook up with the barmaid, unsuccessfully. Kit and Cavan end up sleeping with each other, while she's with Tanis. This is something that I don't recommend anyone actually do. Break it off with someone before you start messing around with someone else. It saves everyone a lot of emotional heartache. Which was a great moment when Cavan asked for consent and Kit gave it. When we know Kit does this when it benefits her, and in this case, she did it in order to keep warm and get out of the rain. But it's the consent that I really appreciated. Cavan respects Kit, knowing who she is, and Kit is always ready to use her wiles to her benefit. And this is a much better scene of Kit using her wiles than we saw in Darkheart, which I railed against and a few people actually pushed back on. I have to say, this whole novel thus far is great, and I can't wait to see where it ends up. I didn't remember reading this the first time at all. Tanis wakes to see Kitiara puking in a chamber pot and wildly hungover. He goes down to get her some weak tea and toast, then leaves to find work to pay off Cavan. Woke is watching the inn, waiting for Kit to leave to follow her. Tanis comes across a gnome who is working on a communications device, but ends up exploding, surprise, surprise. So the gnome named Speaker Sungear, to humans, just calls out the news. An Etten was spotted killing livestock, and a bounty of 15 steel is the reward to kill it. Tanis gets Kit to go with him, and Cavan and Woke follow them on the trail, insisting on going with as well. We learn that Kylid is actually Drina Ten Valdane, and that she appears as her maiden who actually died in the castle raid. This death hurts, as it was a sacrifice that the maid had made for her. They realize that Valdane and Januz are now in Ice Reach, building an army to conquer Ansalon, and as they are still beginning, the Enterprise can as they're beginning to build up the army, the Enterprise can actually be stopped. So Kai will look to conscript Kit, Tanis, Cavan, and Woad to help her stop them. Januz sent the Etten to collect Kitiara so he could get the stones she stole from him. These are essential to the plan of conquest as of untold power that he can tap into, supposedly. His plan is to get the Etten to bring Kit to a specific location in Darkenwood and teleport them both with the power of the gems to Ice Reach, interrogate her, and then collect the gems. The Etten is luring them into the Darkenwood at this moment. Kit and the crew track them to the woods and are attacked by undead. They're nearly killed, but ended up being saved by Januz as he needs her to get the gems, and it wouldn't do him any good to have the gems lost amongst the undead in Darkenwood. Then Kai and Xanther arrive and drop a spell on the party. They all travel together to the Etten as Kai tells them about a Slaamori that may take them to Ice Reach. No one but Tanis wants to help her stop Valdane, but they all need to travel together to defeat the Etten. When they finally find the beast, it's only because the Owl Xanther told it where they were, hoping to trick it into taking only Kit and harming only Kit, not Kai. Naturally, you can't trust Ettins, so it attacks the group, killing Woad, defeating everyone, and taking Kit and Kai. Cavan insists on burying Woad when they all come to, and then they all travel after the Etten and its prisoners. They believe it's headed to the Slaamori, but they aren't really sure. The owl tells them that Kit is pregnant, and they fight over it. Tanis has an image of taking care of Kit and the child, but Cavan wants nothing to do with it, even though he insists that it's his baby. The owl states that perhaps before they make plans, they should talk to Kit. I love this line. Us men often make lofty goals, and traditionally, if you get a woman pregnant, you're expected to marry her and take care of the baby. But what about the woman's wishes? Kit is not the motherly type, nor at this age of 20-ish is she wanting kids or a husband, if ever. The woman should always be consulted, as it's her body that's creating and carrying the potential child, and if she doesn't want to keep it, she shouldn't be expected to. As you can tell, I am pro-choice. Women should have total autonomy over their own bodies, though I believe they should consult their partners, but they still have the final say, most importantly, under the care of their trusted doctors. So, Xanther offers to take Tanis and Kavin by flight to Icereach, now that they are certain that's where Kit and Kai are, but Kavin refuses to fly. So, as Tanis and Xanther fly, they stop to wait for Kavin on his horse. This is an insane proposition to me. It would take so many weeks to travel from Darkenwood to Icereach, not to mention all the dangers along the way, while Tanis just flies there. Xanther has sent for his owl children to guide and protect Kavin as he travels, and when they finally reach the Plains of Dust, they encounter a massive storm that waylays them for a while, and when they finally dig themselves out of the sand they now find themselves under, and connect with Kavin, they knock him out and tie him to an owl, which I thought was a great scene. They arrive in Icereach Bay and fly to the other side to be met by 100 owls guided by Xanther and the Ice Folk, led by a man named Britain of the White Bear clan. He initially believes that they are sent to spy on them by the Evil One, as they refer to Valdane. Xanther dies, and he is not supposed to travel, or as he's not supposed to travel this far out of Darkenwood, and his last communication with Kai was to tell her that she needs to cooperate with her captives so that she can get out of prison so Tanis and Kavin can rescue them. And the way that this Ice Bear clan leader ends up trusting Tanis is because Tanis cried over the death of the owl that he just met. Now, I'm a sensitive individual anyway, and I would probably cry over the owl too if I was in Tanis' position. But it's a weird reason to trust someone like that over. The whole time beforehand, he was incredibly suspicious. And then he sees a tear and he's like, "Oh, you must be a good person. You cry." All right, cool. So Kitiara has already feigned cooperation with the Valdane and accepted her role as the general of his massive Ice Bear, Minotaur, and Thanoi army. And this is set up for a great battle, which I wish we could see on screen. Tanis, Kavin, and the Owls are all joined by the Ice Folk, who ride all of them into battle against the Valdane's forces. Tanis and Kavin break off to find the entrance to the fortress, and they fall down a precipice, which puts them into the cell that Kai and Kit used to occupy. They use a potion in order to climb the walls and not get stuck to them that the Ice Folk cleric gave them, and they run into the Etten, who they trick into delivering them to Valdane and Kit. Kit convinces Tanis that she is evil and has Tanis open her bag, revealing the ice jewels that he brought and that she stole from Januz, and then they all attack. They try to get Kai to use the gems to teleport them away, and the Etten kills Kavin. Tanis and Kit defeat it, and as Januz is protecting himself with the spell, knowing that the Valdane and Januz are blood-linked, as soon as the spell is down, Tanis will kill Januz, which will also kill Valdane. Kylid, also feigning to be Leda, but truly being Drina, realizes that she can use the gem to harm Januz who then drops his protection spell to attack her, and Tanis kills him and Valdane. This causes the fortress to entirely collapse. So, with Kit unconscious from the battle, Tanis scoops her up, and Kai uses the jewels to teleport them outside, where they see only a third of the Ice Folk / Owl army remaining, but they defeated the Evil One's forces, and the fortress now shows no signs of ever having existed. Kit tries to find the jewels months later, but after Kai threw them into the Icereach Bay, they are now lost, and Kit and Tanis are seemingly estranged or indifferent at the end of this, which is odd. Also, I blew past the magical abortion Kit has Januz give her after pretending to be on their side. It was an odd choice to bring up in the first place, as it's such a divisive issue, but perhaps that's why it wasn't clarified. In any case, this was a fun read, and if you like Tanis and Kitiara, you should definitely read it yourself. All right, hey Cithros, how you doing, man? So let's find out what you all have to say about this. You enjoyed the main storyline in this. You could read the entire trilogy about Tanis and Kitiara's early relationship. Yeah, I could do it. It was great. Darkenwood, Icewalk, and these prequel novels, please stop using locations from chronicles that the characters supposedly never encountered. Apparently no, is the answer to that. You never realized how rapey Tanis behaved when he first met Kit, sneaking up and pinning her down. Like father, like son. Ouch. Ouch. Whoa. You totally forgot about the pregnancy aspect from this novel. What is my headcanon about what happened? I already covered that. Miscarriage from her injuries? No. She straight up told Valdane that Januz could use his magic to get rid of the baby, which they were going to be using as leverage to turn her evil. But she's like, I don't need to be evil. You can use your magic to get rid of it. I'll be your general. And that was sort of the end of the conversation. So, and I do want to put a little sidebar here. If you're pro-life, meaning you don't believe in abortion, that's okay. You can feel that way. That's fine. I don't mind. Do you, man or woman. The Ettins were great. It's fun creature for future RPG. Thanks for doing these. Yeah, no problem, man. Outside of when you first met Kit, you loved Tanis in this. He was just the best character. I didn't mind when he first met Kit. She was sending signals the whole time. She was intentionally, I mean, it was even written later in the fight before he pinned her down that, like as soon as he pinned her down, because he was like sort of wrestling with her, she was like, what's next? Or something sort of cute like that. Like she was clearly sending a mating signal that only Kit can send. And he was definitely picking up on it because one, he liked her, you know, he was physically attracted to her. And two, she wasn't fighting. She was playing the whole time. And when they were actually fighting, it was playful banter. So it was a very sexual scene back and forth. And in my interpretation of it, it was consensual the whole time. Let's see. You remember the book, The Ettins Always Made You Laugh? Yeah, I love the idea of two-headed Ettins that argue with each other. I think it's a stupid fantasy trope, but I enjoy it. I think it's fun and it's funny, and I didn't think it was played up too slapsticky in this. I thought it worked out perfectly, and they explained why they were more sentient than most Ettins would naturally be, because the Janus magically enhanced them in order to be able to track Kitiara. And so, I don't know, I bought the whole thing. I thought it was really good. Anyway, that's going to do it for my review of Steel and Stone by Ellen Porath. What did you think of Kitiara's ambitions for power? Do you think Tanis was properly portrayed? And finally, would you prefer to ride a giant eagle, a griffin, or a giant owl into battle? Feel free to email me at info@dlsaga.com or leave a comment below. I would like to take a moment and remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming videos, and click the like button. This all goes to help other Dragonlance fans learn about this channel and its content. And this channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world of the Dragonlance Saga. I hope you join me in the celebration. Hey, Sean, how you doing? Giant Eagle, nice choice. Thank you for watching. This has been Adam with Dragonlance Saga, and until next time, Slanjavara.